Bilko and Jade this morning. And Dan from the Night Watchers is here.
Do
Hello.
you have to play that? Morning, Dan.
Hey guys, how you going?
Very well, mate. I was recently in a car with a mate of mine, Haydos, who is a listener on the iHeartRadio app, and he said to me, you know that thing you did out at the hotel that was supposed to be haunted, is it really, or are you just doing that for radio?
Hey, Dos, put your tongue back in your mouth. Supposed to be haunted?
Oh, no. No. Oh, yeah.
No,
it's haunted.
Yeah, the place
Candango.
is very active.
How are the Candango Hotel? Because after we did that, you started doing stuff on your own with Kerry there, didn't you?
Yeah. So we done some tours, and it was going really, really well. And with that whole cyclone that came through, it put a can on that, and so it got a bit quiet after that. So you had a few inquiries, but not enough really to get the tour happening again.
How many do you need?
They like around 8 to 10 people. So so it's actually a really good night. It's hands-on. Everyone gets to use the gear, and a lot of activity happens.
You know, I was a massive skeptic, really big skeptic. And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see how we go. I'm not as much of a skeptic anymore. It was really something quite incredible.
That's how I started out. I started out on the fence big time.
Yeah.
And then the more I got into it and the more I started seeing and hearing, there's just things that you can't explain. And as people know that watch me on YouTube, they know that I'm one that's very much, I try and work out what it could be. I try and debunk my own work before I actually say it's a ghost or a spirit, So, yeah, I'm very much the same.
Now, you guys are about to go bunter. Now, the Night Watchers Paranormal Australia page has been going how long now?
We've been running since 2020.
Yeah. So it's now 2025, and we've always said you guys have got to get bigger. Your membership and your followers is increasing all the time. You've hooked up with other sort of ghost hunting entities and become sort of, you've done all these various different connections with people. But what's about to happen? I can't believe you guys are about to go international big time.
Yeah, so not long ago we had the confirmation that we are going to be doing a documentary film over in the UK called The Ghost Chronicles. Now, this is going to go to cinema, to Netflix, and to some major streaming services globally.
Not Paraflix, but Netflix that we get at home, normal.
Actual Netflix. Yeah, so this is going to be huge. So, yes.
So how did this come about? Like, obviously, you're all over the internet. You're on the socials and you're on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. But there's a million ghost hunters, Dan. So to be noticed by people who make Netflix documentaries and stuff is huge.
Well, Jason Figust, who is the director, he wanted Aussies to be part of this project. Now, his exact words that he wants this to be the biggest paranormal documentary film ever committed to camera. So for him to say
there's some big ones out there, and I've seen some of the shows on Sci-Fi and Lifestyle on Binge and Foxtel where you've got all the UK hunters, you've got loads of Americans.
Yeah.
But no one with Aussie voices.
Exactly right, and that's what he wants. And how he found us was that's what he wanted. So he went looking, and he went onto the internet, and he's done a bit of a search, and he found our stuff on YouTube, and he watched through, and he's like, I really like the way these guys work, like our care, our respect. We don't overhype things and exaggerate and run around like heads, chickens with their heads cut off. We actually do things.
What do you found out, Jade? You're very measured at the Candango Hotel.
Yeah, it was very organised, and it wasn't like, I didn't feel like everything was just hyped up for the sake of it being, we're here for a ghost hunt. It felt legitimate and it felt real. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how Pete and I work. We're very much like, we're on a journey, and we want to take the audience with us. And whoever decides to come along, that's great.
And there were some skeptics on that particular day, and I think less skeptics left.
Yeah.
It really was that.
They're probably
sort of
new subscribers now. So the Ghost Chronicles takes you to the UK. So part of that would be are you going to look at what castles and stuff like that over there?
The idea, we haven't been told exactly what locations we're going to. He's given us a rough idea. They're still being locked down.
Yep.
He's locked down about 3. One of them is like a very, very old inn. We're going to York over in the UK, which is the most haunted town in all of the UK. So we're going over there. So he was looking at a couple of castles. Now, I'm not sure if they're actually locked in. Fingers crossed. Hopefully they are, because I'd love to be able to
imagine what castles would be like, can't you?
Go to Loch Ness, mate. There's a little castle turret fort that looks over Loch Ness.
Yep.
I can imagine what that's seen over the years, And you think castles back in Henry's day, there were beheadings, there were people who died in prisons, there were people who were tortured there. The spirits must be just permeating the walls.
The trauma behind it all, and that's where a lot of activity happens, is when the trauma gets gets stuck there. You
Yeah.
know? And so that's what we're doing, and it's a very big project.
And you need help. So what help do you need from us?
Well, look, we've got a Kickstarter happening at the moment now. Look, majority of everything's taken care of, but we just need some help with some after productions. Now, a lot of this is getting taken care of by Jason Figgis, the director, and his and the producer John West. He's also a writer. He writes novels and for magazines over in the UK. He's actually in the top 10 best authors in the paranormal field. So we need some help just getting some extra costs taken care of with some after production things.
All right, just the stuff you can't anticipate now.
yeah.
It's nice to have a bank of money in there.
It is. Now, we've got most of it taken care of, but we just need that extra little bit of help. So we've got a Kickstarter going at the moment to sort of give us a hand. And there's different tiers. We've got different rewards. So it's not just, hey, can you give us some money? It's your chance to have your name in the credits in the actual movie. You get signed
Bill
photographs.
goes on board now, right? That's what he wants. He's like, okay, I'll give you $5.
So what sort of money do I need for a credit?
Look, we've got different tiers.
$10,
So it goes
$50?
from $10 all the way up to $5.50. Now, your $5.50 tier or reward, whatever they call it, there's so much you get for it. You know, you get signed autograph photos of the cast, scripts. You get your name on the actual movie. There's so much.
Yeah.
So it's all there in the Kickstarter.
I think the Milkman needs to have a name on a movie. I'm involved with a murder
imagine
mystery
that.
out of Pomona. They're
Yep.
filming a little short film out there that we're linked to. I'm going to get
Yep.
the voiceover on there, but to have your name in lights, I think it's the next step in my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if any businesses that decide to get on board too, that they can have their logo and stuff put on the actual credits of the movie as well. So there's different things like that in the different rewards and tiers. So check it out and have a look.
What do we do to get onto that?
I'll give you the link and they can jump on and go straight to the Kickstarter page. And
right.
on there they'll be able to read all the tiers and the rewards and what they can get. So there's a lot of different cool things.
All right, so check out Night Watchers Paranormal Australia on YouTube. You'll find links, and of course you guys do lives fairly regularly with you and Pete in Adelaide. So
Yeah. We from time to time we get on and do our lives together, which as much as we possibly can. I'll try and fly down there as much as I can to do some filming with him. But
Yeah.
at the moment we're doing a lot of separate stuff,
Yeah.
and I'll be doing some stuff in Gympie soon too. So.
Oh,
What an
looking forward to that.
opportunity to be a part of something awesome.
Amazing. So watch that. Kandanga Hotel, they're taking bookings for, well, Dan is, to go and do those special nights out there. You get dinner and you get to hang around for a couple of hours. Give them a call if you want to book. And what's the other thing? Are you going to do the Dickerman Bridge again because it's closed at the moment?
Yeah, it's closed at the moment. We did our investigation there like 2 days before it closed down for 12 months. So
Perfect
can't-
timing.
Yeah, perfect
It's like
timing.
you had spirits talking to you or something.
Yeah, can't get back in there for at least another 12 months.
Yeah.
So that's good though. It gives us a bit of time. So.
Knocking on those pylons. The Night Watchers Paranormal Australia. The Ghost Chronicles, they need help getting this across the line. I mean, it's 3/4 there. Just a bit of pocket money would be nice as well to get it produced at the end.
Be great.
Thank you, Dan.